Good evening. Nice to see you guys again. So tonight we are going to talk about Qigong for anger management, right? So unfortunately, we think anger, frustration is the reasons for life, for emotions. That's not true, right? The anger and the frustration is not caused, it's effect. They are totally different with the anxiety, which is last session, we are talking about the Qigong for anxiety. They are hugely different. Anxiety, you don't know, you're just overwhelming. All the informations, all the feelings come from somewhere, so which is you are received the information from your unconsciousness level, right? So you don't know, but you're overwhelming, your anxiety suddenly doesn't know how to deal with it. But anger and frustration, which is you really know. You know where the anger comes from, you are focused. Right? So therefore, give us a different angle to deal. How to deal this anger. So why we need to deal with anger? Think of this. Right? So you are many different ways can deal with anger. But we have to understand what is this anger and the frustration will cause your physical issues. Right? So anyone remember at the fourth session we talk about the liver function is the gift. It's one of the most strong organ in women's health. Right? So you understand the entire anger frustration is a real deal with your liver function. It's related to your liver function. Right? And then you have to think this way. How? What's happening? Why now? Right? Why the season? Because the season usually bring out so many frustration and angers. Just look around the nature. Right? The look around the nature is a frustration, right? That goes through the winter. Winter, everything is under the ground. Now it's spring. Nature, everything, everywhere, find its time to grow, right? Even daffodils, dandelions, under the leaves, under the rock, they have to push out. So the energy is rising. But for our inside, it's the same thing, right? Last year in the winter, who doesn't have any kind of frustration? We're hiding inside the house. We cannot do whatever we want to do. Now it's spring. Right? When everything grows, the emotions also grow. Right? It's energy. The qi is energy. So the energy must coming out. So when the energy come out, what's happening? When energy come out, become the anger. Because what? We cannot real say, show, or do whatever we want to do perfectly. Right? So therefore, the anger is related to your liver function. The anger, but also are related for the season. It's seasonal, particularly in the spring this season. So you often heard people say, all right, so they call the liver cleansing. It's time, spring do the liver cleansing. So you still punish the liver. Right? So have you heard anyone say that we are going to do the emotional cleansing? Right? The liver toxin, whatever frustration in the liver, it's not a liver issue. Liver doesn't have a liver issue. Liver is an effect. Emotions is the real guys. So emotions doesn't flow freely, so cause the liver function disorder. So you can punish the liver and do the many different ways to push the liver. Doesn't do something, doesn't really make you get a different level. You should really think how can you get the emotions cleansing, right? no email, no bad news. Can you do that? Right? Can you allow your emotions to flow? But you need to think in this way. Why liver is so important? And particularly at the springtime. So when you have anger feelings, frustrations, so if you suppress them, what's happening? Think of the nature. The spring is the time allow everything to grow. But if you're missing this time, entire whole year growth season, you are missing out for the nature, for the plant. But if we are part of the nature, so if we missing this opportunity to allow us emotions to grow, then what's happening? Now we entire whole year's emotions will screw up. Right? It's just like a nature, just like a plant. They're missing the season, something change. Right? So you're missing the way, something change. You are suppressed your emotions. Then you will change. Your emotions is not flow freely. Then your entire health is not flow freely. So entire whole years, the health issue will be controlled, what we say, while you will control your anger, control your frustration. So that will suppress this energy back to your liver and back to your stomach. So what's happening? You will get acid reflux. See, your pimple grow up, right? Your eye become itchy, right? You become allergic reaction. See, because the energy coming in, energy must coming out. Everything's energy, right? So that's why we do the Qigong. Qigong is energy. So it's got about energy flow. So therefore, in that special, in that specific time, shouldn't suppress your anger feelings. You have to find a way to releasing them. I know it's very difficult, right? So you will throw your anger to someone, to outside. Other people cannot control it. But if you suppress the inside to yourself, and you cannot handle that, right? So you have to make sure. So therefore, what are we going to do? Then that's the way, definitely. Then you have to change your belief. So that's why people do meditation, people do other ways to change, right? So, but that's the much deeper. Therefore it takes a little bit of time, which is I often run the program called the seasonal transition. Because since spring is the best time for our liver function, it's the best time to deal our anger. Because the liver function related to the seasonal function, then anger just part of the liver experience. Right? Think of this, you're angry, so what's happening? It's like your liver talk to you. It's a talk to you, just like a wind outside the windy day. What's happening? It's the earth breathe. The wind also associated with your liver function, but you cannot say, oh, Mother Earth is angry, right? You wouldn't use it this way, just expression. So you have to think in this, your anger, maybe it's your expression, your liver expression, right? Your anger, your frustration is your liver function experience, expression, the own feelings. You have to find a way, let it go. Find a way. So which way? So that's why we're going to deal with that. What is because it's emotions, right? It's anger, it's emotion. So emotional issues need emotional technique. Otherwise, you cannot merge in. It's very difficult. So therefore, best exercise, the best Qigong exercise to deal liver emotion, anger as the emotions is use emotions right? So what is emotions? The number one, use your natural gift, screaming, right? Everyone know that, right? Have you watched the kids? You don't give the ice cream. What do? They're screaming, right? They're shaking the body. They're screaming, I need it, right? So you still don't give it that. So what's the parents? Shut up. What they do? Then they cry. Look how simple it is. After cry, they calm down. So that's the gift. So we should continue use this gift, right? If we don't use the gift, that's called such waste, right? You don't want to waste your gift. So we have to use the gift for the right reason. So the first, is allow your emotions, anger, frustrations coming out your body with your voice. Right? You can screaming in the car and do this screaming. But make sure when you practice the voice, at the beginning you need to control it a little bit, because you really don't know your soul how much you can handle that kind of sound. Sound is energy, right? You don't want the screaming one day, next day, you lose your voice, right? So you need to practice. So practice first called screaming. So while you're screaming, the frustration, the anger with your songs coming out of your bodies. Then after you scream, you need to cry. I know so many people, so many of my patients say they don't know how to cry. They can't. The tear doesn't come out anymore. Right? Tears dry. So if you don't know how to cry or you forget how to cry, please, that's one of the most powerful natural healing tools. It's the gift. Don't waste. It's better than any kind of medicine, in my opinion. So one day, if I have time, I will tell you, it's the most powerful. It's a quantum effect. It's a quantum effect. Right? The tear is a quantum effect. E equal to mc squared. Energy and the matters are interchangeable. Can you imagine your emotions turn to the tear? But unfortunately, the one of the tear doesn't turn to the diamond, right? Can you imagine they turn to the diamond? You can wear this diamond, right? So you need screaming, then you need to cry, right? That's the second step. Then the third step is a conclusion. So the conclusion must be smile, and a smile from your heart. So therefore, you go through this 3-step called emotional cleansing, right? Because emotional cleansing is one kind of Qigong practice, because it allow your emotions flow, because that's the gift, natural gift processing. But no one will call that's Qigong. It's natural or unnatural. Unnatural is we use our mind, guide. We use our mind, put effort into it. So which is we wanted to do what? We want the screaming first, then cry will be the second step, and then the smile will be the end conclusion. Right? That's the one of the simple technique I wish everyone can practice. So that can help you real manage it. Allow this manage is a positive way, right? Instead of suppressed, control the way. So we say that do not control the anger, because particularly in the spring season. If at that season you control your anger, most likely can cause any kind of heart issues during the summer, right? Have you heard? The number one killer for the women is a heart disease. Right? Since we are talking about the women's health, talk about the Qigong for women's health, you must understand, right? For women, you already very sensitive. For women, your liver already 10 times more sensitive, receive many different informations, right? Emotions. So therefore, anger is the natural processing, but only different ways how to processing without hurting yourself. Right? How to processing this anger will allow your energy flow. Otherwise, you control this, you suppress your anger, what's happening? You get the rib cage hurt, digestive stomach bloated, right? Constipation. That all is the signs of control your anger. Control your frustration, right? Do not control it, right? Particularly at the spring season. I repeat it 2 times now. It's a very important season. It's very important, particularly at this time, right? So you need to real watch in that season and take this opportunity, right? Take opportunity during the season, because when the season come, liver is easy to flow. It's the liver season, definitely. Liver easy to show the anger, right? Easy to show the anger because that's the way, positive way to show. Who doesn't have anger? Because so many things we disagree, right? So, right now, no one can reach the Tao and say, hey, I don't care, everything's love. No one reached this level yet. But at least you can do something and allow these emotions processing smoothly without hurting yourself. If you're interested in this concept about the seasons flow, and check out our website. I don't want to sell this. I just want to tell you it's the time. It's a very important time. Use seasonal training. So that's what we do this many years, and to help people understand its opportunity, right? You have to take this opportunity, allow your liver with nature's function. Think of the nature spring is image as your liver. Now, nature has emotions. It's the windy days, right? Have you seen it? And the spring has different wings, right? Then when the wind outside is inside your liver screaming, it's the same thing, just different sounds, right? If you catch this moment, and you'll be easier go through it. That's what you need to do, right? Use emotions cleansing to help your anger and the frustration and the continues. And the second movement I'm going to teach you one, you need a body to do. One is emotions, one is the body, right? So if you guys want that, then please get up, and then with me, I'm going to show you how to do that. Right, so you need to get up, so that way. So what do? Is because it's anger, because it's frustration, right? You want this anger and the frustration out, releasing it, right? So what you need to do, you need to tighten up your body. Yeah, pam, drop it, just let it go. Try again. Yes. How simple. It's a natural feeling, right? So that's called the natural way practice your Qigong. You jump up, tight. Do it one more time. Go. One more time. Right? So this way, you see, your voice, your breathing, your muscle, your teeth, your jaw tightening, and all the muscle very tight. And then you just drop the, suddenly you drop the, everything become like nothing, right? Your entire body looks up. How simple. You just drop it, right? One more time. You tight, yes. Tight. After a couple times, you might feel the whole body and it becomes sore. Your tendons, your muscles very sore. That's good exercise, right? That's the natural exercise. Don't put the effort only at the beginning. When you tight the muscle, tight, should bite your jaws, right? Make everything tighter. So which is the anger and the frustration, the resolve. So you will guide this way, reach the maximum, then you are releasing. Right? Try one more time. Tight. Let go. Good. One more time. Tight. Tight one more time. Yes. How simple is it? Right? So that is two kind of exercise which is you guys can real practice. One is emotional cleansing. During this time you need to do right emotions with the emotions. Second is use physical exercise and to allow you muscle tied up, then releasing. Right? That is a Qigong movement. So in the diet, so it's very simple. Hot sour soup. Have you heard anyone know the hot sour soup? Right? You can make hot sour soup. So the hot sour soup is a very good way to help your liver function, help your body become balanced. If you saw someone say, oh, I don't know how to make internet, or go to our website, right? tcmworld.org. There's many different recipes that have how to make a hot sour soup. You should try it. If you are looking for natural healing, all right, how to use food for healing is a part of the Chinese medicine. You must learn, right? So if you say, I still don't have time, I'm too busy, then I give you the other easiest way for the tea, right? What do? Cut 4 slices of ginger. Anyone, you can buy anywhere now today. It's not even Costco sell the organic ginger, right? So now you cannot say you cannot get the ginger now, right? So you get a fresh ginger, cut 4 slices gingers. You get 1 slice lemon, so you can get anywhere lemons, right? And then 1 teaspoon honey. How simple is it? So for these 3 things is pungent, right? Sour and sweet, create harmony that will good for your liver function and the lung function and the stomach function. In the 5-element consciousness framework, you create the balance of your body, right? So this way, it's not just emotions, also your body will be affected. So this way, prevention is the key for healing, right? So all of this information, I really hope, can help us today. So many people and frustrated because the society, because now the today, situations, right now, everyone find the way they want to go, they want to move, but it's very difficult. But you have to find a way to allow your emotions to flow, right? So if you're interested in this way, check the more information. The program, I really want everyone understand. Season is very important, right? Watch the nature. You should understand nature. Spring is the season. They're missing this season, they're missing the growth season. End of the year, they don't grow. So if we are missing this season, we are also never grow, right? You can have a many project of this year. So you can buy new house, new furniture, new things. Do you have a project for improve your health, change your consciousness? Think this way, right? I know being a woman, your own health, your own body often is the last to think about, right? You take care of others, right? So forget about the health. Even when you have time, try to take a rest. Only is the last time, last chance. So how can you have time to rethink? Your health is the first priority. You really need to think, if you think women's health, right? So you need to think that the liver is the key, right? So if you forget how does liver can do, go to I think it's number 4, the sessions Qigong for women's health. We talk about the liver is the most important organs in women's health. Now also it's not just for women, so for everyone, men definitely is not that most sensitive to the women's, but still liver issue is the today number 1 issues for all the modern disease and illness. They all relate to liver function. So we take care of the liver function, right? Take care of the liver function, we can take care of anger and the frustration. Now you understand. The key for the anger management and the frustration, right? So is relied on function of your liver. So think this way, then you will go to the root cause of the problem instead of just treat the symptoms. I hope this information can really help you guys and deal your liver, allow your emotions to flow, be freedom. Thank you very much. See you next time.